What's up, guys? Week 2 of our top 3 builds for classes in Spellbreak. Last week we did Pyro, which is my main class, which I have level 20. This week we're going to do Toxicologist and also Stoneshaper. First up, we're going to do Toxicologist, which currently I have level 11. However, in beta, I had level 20 for Toxicologist, and I actually made a video specifically for Proletariat, like an official Spellbreak release video on their YouTube for the Ultimate Toxicologist, which by no means do I claim to be the Ultimate Toxicologist because I am a Pyro main. They just asked me to make this video. So anyways, let's get into it. So the way we do these videos is we go from the builds that I don't think that I would use all the way to the build that I do. We have 3 of them. First one we're gonna go with is Runic Fluency, Scavenging, and Thirsty. You can actually replace Thirsty for Recovery if you want to. I just currently think that Recovery is not in the best position in terms of between Thirsty and Recovery. You can also use Escapist if you want that. And Recklessness as well. However, this build is gonna be Runic Fluency, so it's gonna be a +1 rune charge, and you have a start off of a 5% cooldown speed for your runes in general, and that's Runic Fluency. And then you've got Scavenging, which Scavenging is going to give you health and shield back per exile, not downed ability. Starts out, I think, 25%, yeah, 25 health and armor, no matter what kind of belt you have, by the way. So it's going to start off with 25, and I think it always goes up to 50 health and shield per exile. Again, not down, so it's really better in the solos and the clash type of deal. You can get to work in duos and trios. You just have to confirm those kills and get those exiles down. So, and then you're gonna go with Thirsty. Thirsty is gonna give you a speed boost, sort of, on your potions and your shards that you drink. I think it's at 35%. Yeah, potion and shard consume speed 35%. Consumables replenish health and armor of nearby teammates for 50% as well. So 50% of what you get, they get. And it's also 35% for them. So just make sure they're in, and that has to be like within your nearby. It's like not just like all of your teammates all the time. They have to be in close proximity. But like I said, you can use Recklessness, you can use Recovery, and you can use Escapist for this build as well. Second build is gonna be one of the most generic builds in the game. In my opinion, it's probably one of the best builds in the game. Runic Fluency, again, Fervor and Recklessness, or you can do Fervor and Escapist. However, you get those double rune charges, which is very important for the Toxicologist, especially if you wanna use Shadow Step, which by the way, I think is busted. It's just my personal opinion. Or Invis, which I also think is a little bit weird for Toxicologists, but you do get 2 charges. You can smack somebody twice with that outbreak damage. And those who don't know how outbreak is a damage boost that gives you 75% of your toxic damage, not any other damage, just toxic while invis. It used to be 100%, which they did tone it down from that. However, it's still 75%, and you can still get 2 of them if you use that extra rune charge. And then Fervor, which we've talked about multiple times in all these videos. Like I said though, guys, I'm going to mention it every single time we make one of these videos, just in case someone only watches a specific video for a specific class. However, I do think this build currently, this one I'm talking about, is good on every class minus Frostborn, because Fervor doesn't really affect Frostborn. However, it does affect your offhand, so if you want to run it on Frostborn, by all means go for it. It's not gonna be a bad build, I guarantee it. Fervor does give you, though, it's a 15% increase in cast speed, not projectile speed, cast speed. And I think it goes all the way to 25, so it's just a lot of spammability there. So, you know, if you want to do the Runic Fluency where you have an invis, slap, or shadow step, slap as quick as possible, Fervor is your go-to. Then you've got Recklessness. Recklessness is going to give you a damage bonus of 15% to start off with when you have no belt or no shield. You can have a belt, you just can't have shield inside that belt. It also gives you a 15% mana reduction without the shield as well. So that's a great build right there. You can also use Escapist, which is one of my personal favorite talents in the game, where it gives you +3 sprint speed, and then when you take damage, +1 as well for 5 seconds. And that is what upgrades on that one. And then my final one, which actually was brought to me by a friend in chat who is Rudy, by the way. Rudy, thank you for this. Who I think actually found it from Crashy, I think is what they were saying. They found it from Crashy, which, thank you, Crashy. This build for Tox is actually, I think, my favorite build. It's the one I'm currently using. I also saw Elpa talk about this on Twitter, not just for Toxicologists, just in general being a good build. And I think this build honestly could just be good across all borders. However, I really enjoy this on Toxic. It's really, really fun. I feel beefy. I feel like I feel like I'm more rewarded for my kills. And I'm just quick as well. So it's going to be Vigor, Scavenging, and Escapist, or Recklessness. Recklessness, I think, was what they originally talked to me about, which is the two, or I think maybe Elpa and Crashy and Rudy all said Recklessness. However, I like to use Escapist just because I like to be fast. But if you do use Recklessness, it's going to be pretty disgusting on that one. Vigor gives you extra health. Doesn't sound like it's that big of a deal. However, when you pair it with Scavenging, you can just keep killing, right? You can just keep killing over and over and over again. So it starts off with 25 health off the bat, and then that does upgrade. I don't remember what it upgrades to. I think 50, maybe 35. I can't remember off the top of my head, but 25 extra health is great, especially when you have Scavenging and you knock off 2 people when you haven't taken that much, right? So you can just pump it right back in there. And then Scavenging, like we talked about earlier in one of the other builds, is one that gives you back 25 health and 25 shield per exile, not just downed players per exile. And then you've got Escapist, which is the +3 sprint speed, base, and then +1 for 5 seconds. Or you can use the Recklessness, which gives you the damage bonus and the mana cost bonus. So that's my current build. It's super freaking fun. I'll be maining that next after I get Tempest to level 20, which I'm at 18 right now. So I think I'm at like 18 and a half. Okay, I lied. I'm like 18 and 25%. Okay, so I got a little bit to go on that one. But then Tox will be my next one, and then so after that. But that is my build. That is my current build for Tox. Those are my top 3 for Tox. And then you've got what's your best runes? My best runes, I think, are gonna automatically be, I personally like to use Dash, just because the fluidity is so much better than Toxic right now. Or not Toxic. The fluidity is so much better than Shadow Step currently, but Shadow Step does give you that invis, which allows you to proc your Outbreak, which is 75% more damage. So if you're going to use the Runic Fluency, Shadow Step's kind of hard to beat with Toxic. So you're going to want to use Shadow Step or Invis. Invis is actually a really good rune for this one. However, once you do slap somebody, you have to be able to use your Cloud to dash back out or get out of there somehow, or just kill them quickly, because once you do use that Invis, then you don't have any movement outside of your Cloud, which can be blown up very quickly with fire, which most people have currently in the game. So I'm going to go with Dash, Shadow Step, and Invis. The order being Shadow Step, Dash, Invis, but I personally like to use Dash. Super fun. There's a lot of things you can do with the Toxicologist class. You'll see that in the video if you actually watch the video that I made for Proletariat. And then we go offhands. The best offhand out the gate is going to be Ice, just because you cover so much of that. You've got that shotgun sniper / bow type of feel going on. You can also use Lightning for this, which is going to be more like an AR for you. So you've got the shotgun AR duo, which a lot of people like in most games. You can do fire, except for it's very dangerous as a Toxicologist when you want to use your Cloud for your damage proc or your dash or whatever you want to use your Cloud for. You don't really use it for damage. Use it for a mobility maroon, a mobility boost plus your Outbreak damage. So you can also use Stone, which I see Crashy using a lot, by the way. I think he actually uses it as his main right now. So it's like a double shotgun type of thing as a railgun / shotgun. You can use Wind too, just because Wind's pesty. So if you get in that situation where you use your Outbreak with Invis and then you have the Wind Gauntlet to just shred them down, it's a fun time. Anyways, guys, that's Toxicologist top 3 builds. I will go on Stone on Friday. Remember, Tuesdays and Thursdays we do TikTok videos to help new streamers, and then Wednesdays we do the weekly update where we talk about the quests and any news that we've had from Wednesday to Wednesday. And then Mondays and Wednesdays are our best top 3 class builds. Jeez, I can't talk today, guys. Anyways, I love you guys, and I'll see you next time. Peace.